All right. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Noelle Cruz. I'm a Presidential Diamond with It Works Global, and I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight to share with you a little bit about charting, how to make more money with our compensation plan. Okay. So I have two guest hosts. I have brand new shiny diamond Yvette B. Hill, who's going to be joining us tonight, and I have double diamond Stephanie Spencer. So we are just going to kick this off, and we are going to delve right in because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I want to get all of your questions answered, okay? So just a little bit about me. I actually started my business in February of 2013, and I came across this business via my Facebook page. My girlfriend was posting belly pictures all over her Facebook, which if you guys have been around as long as I have, that's exactly what we did to build our business. Back in the day, we would just plaster spam all over our pages and kind of just see who stuck, and that worked for a minute. Doesn't work anymore. Don't do that. But I joined her. I had never heard of the products. I had never heard of the company, but I was looking for an opportunity to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month from home, and I knew that this industry worked. So if you're brand new to It Works, or if you're just kind of trying to figure out like, what is this profession? You have your hands on something phenomenal. And from being in a previous company, I knew that this was a way that people built wealth. Like from just learning about this profession and, seeing the compensation, I knew that it worked. I just hadn't found the right company that worked for me. And so when I found It Works and I saw the line of products and I saw that they were affordable and all the things, I was like, let's do this. And I promoted to executive in a week, Ruby the next month, Diamond in 3 months, got a $10,000 bonus, double diamond in 4 months, triple diamond in a year, and presidential diamond in 2 years. And it has been an absolutely amazing journey. And we're going to talk about some things. I'm going to get really raw and honest with you guys later, because I've been at presidential diamond for a hot minute and I'm ready to not be here anymore. Working on that now, but I'm going to talk to you guys exactly about why, and we're going to dig into the importance of some of the things that we're going to talk about now. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys my eSuite. We're going to get into some things. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to bring on Stephanie Spencer, and I'm going to have her. Just share some things. So Stephanie, let me find you. All right, girlfriend, you are unmuted.
Hello, hello.
Keep talking.
Sorry.
I might have to change the spotlight. Hold on.
Behind me.
You're good. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Just go. Just start talking about whatever.
Just start talking. So why don't you share with everybody who you are and how long you've been in the business and just a little bit about you.
Okay, guys. So my name is Stephanie Spencer. I'm a double diamond. I've been with the company. My 4-year anniversary will be the very end of the month, which is absolutely just insane. Oh, my girls are saying they can't get on. It's maxed out. That's awesome. Sorry.
Sorry, I have a small Zoom account.
No, you're fine. Well, that's what they get for waiting last minute. It's recorded, so that'll be good. But anyway, so I've been with the company for almost 4 years. I'm a double diamond, and kind of like you said, like you've been presidential for a little bit. You're ready for ambassador. I've been double diamond for a hot minute, and I'm ready for triple. I went double diamond in like 10 or 11 months, and ever since then I've been here, so I'm ready to go to triple.
Awesome. So we're just gonna dig into this. I know that you specifically wanted to, you had some things that you specifically wanted to share tonight. So talk to me about what's on your heart, what's in your mind.
Okay. So I feel like when it comes to promoting, like it's so easy for us to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, like you hear about diamond and you hear about this and you hear about that and you're like, oh my gosh, I want it. You know, we live in a society where we want things and we want it now. Like forget about tomorrow. We wanted it yesterday, you know. We are just in that microwave society. And I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I want to go diamond. I want to go triple. I want to go double. And then I ask them like, where's your chart? And show me your chart. Let's do this together. And they haven't got their chart out. And I always tell my team this. I'm pretty sure they get sick and tired of me saying this. But if you were to wake up tomorrow and decide you want to go to Disney World and you didn't have a map, would you be able to get there? Probably not. If you wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I don't know. You want to go somewhere and you don't have a map, you can't get there. You guys have to realize that your chart is your map. This is exactly what's going to get you from where you are today and where you're going tomorrow. So if you don't have your chart out, make sure you're printing that out. And you have to start manifesting, you guys. I have like wanted to go triple diamond ever since I went double diamond, but I haven't been believing in myself. You know, manifesting comes in so many different ways, and I've heard about it and I thought it was just like the lamest thing ever. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, like manifesting, okay, like good for you. But what I found is that when you start to manifest what you want and you start to realize what you're worth and you become obsessed with it, it's going to come. And so I have been like on my mirrors, I have, you are triple diamond. I have my goals throughout the house. In my entryway, I have like a chalkboard. It's like all framed and really cute. And I have like my goals written there. So I'm seeing it every single day. I'm manifesting what I have, what I want. I have written in my bathroom, your team is high and rolling. What do I have? Your team is high and rolling. You are a great leader, because that's something I'm really, really focusing on, is just being a better leader. So what you guys want is what you need to start manifesting. So many times people tell me like, I want to go here, but I can't enroll distributors. I can't enroll loyal customers. But you guys, if you are speaking negative things into you, what are you thinking about? It's the exact same thing if you're trying to diet and you see a Snickers in the kitchen and you see that Snickers and all you're going to think about is that dadgum Snickers, right? And that's not going to help you get to your goal. You got to stop thinking about the Snickers and start manifesting about other things, manifesting about how you're going to feel. So what I want you guys to do really quick, I'm a very like give you guys kind of homework kind of girl. You guys should all have your charts here for this Zoom. I want you guys to flip it over, okay? Whatever your goal rank is, whether it's Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Double, Triple, Prez, Ambassador, whatever it is, I want you guys to flip it over and write down, how is that going to feel? Be specific about this, you guys. How is it going to feel when you see on the 30th or the 31st, I don't even know how many days are in this month. I'm a hot mess. I want you guys to feel, write down how it's going to feel when you see that rank. What are you going to feel? What is that going to do for your family? Be specific. And these are going to help tie into your future lifestyle posts, you guys. I want you guys to be so specific. I was talking to a girlfriend yesterday, and she was talking about manifesting. And she said, you know, tomorrow is, it was yesterday. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. What is today? Y'all, I work.
Today's Tuesday. Right? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I thought today was Wednesday. Longest week ever. Okay. Anyway, so tomorrow is whatever day it is. Wednesday, apparently. Who knew? But tomorrow, what are you guys going to do? Most of us are going to wake up to an alarm. You're going to jump in the shower. You're going to throw on some makeup. You're going to get dressed. You're going to take your kids to daycare. You're going to go to work. You're going to work all day. You're going to come home. Like, you guys have your routine, right? Is that your dream day? Is that your dream Wednesday? No. I want you guys to think about a year from now, because so much can freaking happen in a year. Heck, you could be a brand new distributor today going ambassador this time next year. People do that all the time, okay? And I want you guys to dream out. What is that perfect day going to look like for you? Are you going to sleep in, mosey on into the bathroom, take a jacuzzi bath? You guys going to go to brunch with your girlfriends that do it works with you because you guys are all owning your time and able to go get mimosas? Like, dream about those things, because here's the thing, guys. On the first of every single month, especially this month when Mark was like, I'm extending the bonuses, everyone like felt that. You guys got that feeling in your heart where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited, I'm doing it. But then as like a week goes by, that feeling kind of goes down, and then it goes down. And I see it every single month. The first of the month, people are like, this is my month. And by like the second week, people are like, oh, next month's going to be my month. You guys have to take those feelings that I just told you to write down, and you have to hold on to them throughout the whole month. Because if you're not holding on to them, if you're not remembering what you're going after, if you're not thinking about what it's going to feel like, you're going to let go of it, and you're going to let it go to next month, and then the next month, and then the next month, and you're going to give up on yourself. And most of the people that are on this right now, maybe some of you guys won't even be here next month. And I know it's kind of like a, whoa, did she just say that kind of thing? But it's true. So many freaking people give up on themselves because they don't want to work for it. That's why it's so important to write down what it's going to feel like, to manifest what it's going to be like, and to hold on to it and keep pushing. So sorry, I get all a little bit crazy.
No, and I think that's good. And I think like what you said, where you said like a lot of you who are on here right now might not be here next month. Well, that's just 1,000% honesty. The average attrition rate is in network marketing is 8 to 10 weeks. So if you are within your first 8 to 10 weeks, you're either on your way up or you're on your way out. And the only difference between the people that are on their way up and are not going to be on their way out is how well they handle rejection and how good of a plan they have in place, right? So you may have come into this business thinking that everybody that you talk to was going to say yes, that your friends and family were going to support you. Well, the interesting thing is that your warm market, quote unquote, are usually the last people to support you. They're usually the people that will say yes to your face and then not support you. They will give you excuses. Oh, like I didn't have a chance to go look at your website. Oh, I got too busy. Oh, I had to get my hair done. I know I said I was going to come over to your party, but my kids started throwing up. Whatever. Those are the excuses you're going to get from your warm market, which is amazing because we have a business of the 21st century. And in this business now, we don't have to rely on our friends and our family. We have 1 billion people at our fingertips via Facebook and Instagram. But without a plan in place, you will get discouraged. People will tell you no, and you will be one of those people that quit in their first 8 to 10 weeks if you don't decide now that this is a long-term business for you. Because I want you to throw this in the chat. Very interactive. I want to know what your long-term goal is with ItWorks. Throw it in the chat right now. I want to know if it's $500 a month. I want to know if it's $50,000 a month. And you don't have to make up a number. I want to know legit why you started. Okay? And just go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to know I love it. Black Diamond, Ambassador, $3,000 a month. I want to know what your guys' what your stuff is. $5,000 a month, $500, make your truck payment, $1,000 a month, get your own apartment. Okay, that's awesome. Like, and the reason that I love those goals is because you're not going to get to those goals next week. You're not going to get to those goals next month. You're probably not going to get to those goals next year. But if you have a long-term vision and a roadmap in place of how you're going to get there, quitting's not an option because you haven't reached your goal yet, right? I always like to use children as an example. It's like if you have a baby and you're watching them and they're trying to learn to walk, how long is that baby going to try to learn to walk? They're going to try to learn to walk until they walk, right? So the question is, it's like, why? Why do they do that? Because it's important to them. Because they don't even know why. That's just how they're geared. Well, how long are you going to strive for your goal? You're going to strive for your goal until you hit that goal, right? So if that's your mindset, we're going to talk to Yvette in just a second. If that's your mindset, there's no option of where you're going. It's just a matter of how am I going to get there, okay? So on that note, let's pop over and talk to Yvette. Hey, babe, you got the floor. Yvette? Oh, wait, let me unmute her again. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. Be nice, don't hit. Sorry, my kids are freaking out right now. Okay, so
introduce yourself to everybody, who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been in the business.
My name is Yvette Vigil. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado, born and raised, and I have been in the business for a little over a year now.
And she just promoted a diamond last month.
Yes!
I got a $10,000 bonus.
So excited about that.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about charting and making money and where you came from and where you are now.
Okay, so I came from poverty, the hood, like the ghetto of all ghettos, like seriously just not a very good place, I'm not gonna lie to you. And so seeing things seeing the brighter side of things wasn't an easy thing for me to do. And so, especially when I first started, like I seen the charts, and like when Noelle started like laying everything out for me, I was like, oh my God, like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to get that volume? Like, what does that even mean? Like, it was scary. It scared me because these numbers were getting thrown at me, and I'm like, 400 BV, like what? You know what I'm saying? And so the thing about it is like, when somebody tells you to do something as a leader, like when whoever enrolled you, if they're telling you to do things, don't waste time. Don't take any time off. Like just do what they're saying to do. And I promise you, like, you will be fine and you will get through this, because like you have to look at a chart and say, okay, this is what I need. Focus on the chart and realize like numbers and know the numbers that you need, but take massive action and don't let the chart intimidate you, because I'm telling you, it intimidated me, not to the point of where I didn't work. Like I was still working because I was hungry, because I was like, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was working at JCPenney's, I was doing lashes, and I was working at the hospital. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I have no time for my family. Like there's no reason why I should be making these excuses when I see this lady right here who is like living the dream life. And I watched Noelle for years and I just didn't believe it. I just thought it was like BS, to be honest. And so like, do not let the chart intimidate you, especially as you climb that ladder, because the chart only gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets more intimidating if you allow it to. Now, if you just look at it and say, okay, boom, this is what I need. I need 4 more distributors to do this, or I need 5 more distributors to do this, or I need this more volume to get to this rank. Like, realize that you know what it is that you need, but don't let it intimidate you and don't let it stop you, because that's what tends to happen. You'll get intimidated and you'll be like, God, I there's just no way. But you know what? You got to dream big and you got to believe big and you got to ask God big, and he will deliver. As long as you are aligned with everything and you are doing personal development and you are showing up. What, baby? Sorry, guys. Huh?
She's got 5
Yes,
running around, you guys.
Can you not be rude? Don't be rude, okay? Okay, so like you have to align yourself with everything and not let the chart, I like totally got off of track of what I wanted to talk about, but you have to not let the chart intimidate you, because it only gets bigger, and you just have to realize that things can be delivered. And I love what Stephanie talked about today, because it's so true. Like everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you think, even if you didn't tell your spouse or your friend or your cousin or whoever, if your mind is thinking it, best believe, baby, you are creating that right now. And so I tell people every day on my power hours, you know, we do affirmations and we do visualization, where we literally close our eyes, and people might think I'm weird, but I don't care, because you know what? I close my eyes and I picture myself on that white couch. I picture myself holding that microphone as an ambassador diamond, because that's the only way it's going to come to life. If you can feel those emotions. I'm going to eat this color first. Okay, you eat that color first, honey. If you feel those emotions, like really feel them from the depths of your soul, baby, there is no way that the universe is not going to deliver that. And the thing.
Uh-oh.
Mommy.
Did you lose me?
We got you.
I'll get this one, the red one.
Are you here?
Yep. Can you hear us?
I think I'm.
Mom, I'll get this one.
Okay, can you give me a second, honey? You go eat your jelly beans. Can you hear me, Noelle?
Yes. Hey, Mom.
Okay, good. I can't hear you guys, but that's all good.
If you give your kids candy, leave you alone while you're working.
I will just tell you guys. I don't hear what you're saying, but I'm going to keep going because I'm on one right now. But I'm just telling you, like, when you are visualizing and you're putting, like, put yourself in that spot. Don't just think it. Like, close your eyes and breathe it and feel how you're going to feel inside, like how your emotions are going to be. Like, I know when I go triple diamond this year and I'm on that VIP list and I get to sit with Noelle and Jade Hooper and Jeree and Chad Kneller and just all these amazing people, Carrie and Tay Young, like, I know I'm going to be lit. And I know that I just know those emotions I'm going to feel already. And so if you
put those emotions inside your soul, you guys, the universe has no option but to deliver. So you got to do that. You got to visualize, you got to create, and you literally just have to be in alignment with it. Okay, you eat your jelly bean. And if you're not in alignment, I'm telling you, if one thing is missing, if you're not doing the personal development, if you're not showing up, if you're not being consistent, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So you have to, like, you literally have to go all in. You can't half step in this business, because if you half step in this business, people are watching you, whether you believe it or not. Even if you just started, I'm sure something is changing on your Facebook page if you just started, and they're watching and they're like, how long is this going to take? How often is she going to post until she's incognito? So it's not even about proving them wrong. It's about, you have the power to create your tomorrow in this business. You have the power to go from 0 to 1 million in this business. And it's not up to me. It's not up to Noelle. It's not up to Stephanie. It's not up to any upline. It's up to what you do. And if you don't do it, that's not our fault. That's your fault. You can take your paycheck really, really high, or you can take your paycheck nowhere and have nothing and sit here and cry about it. But I'm telling you guys, I got my diamond paycheck this month, and it's the most I've ever made. But let me tell you, it's not enough. And I'm telling you why it's not enough, because my team deserves more. I deserve more. My children deserve more. And it's just got me hungry, you guys. Like, I am just hungry for growth. I am hungry to learn. I am hungry to just take my team to the next level. And so you have to decide right now, okay, am I going to get discouraged because my first paycheck, you guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. My first paycheck was like $20-something. And I was like, I was a little bit discouraged, and I'm like, should I be upset? And I was like, nope, I'm not. Because you know what? That's $23 more that I didn't have. And I went and got my nails done. And so, you know, every little bit that you get, yes, you do, baby. Every little bit that you get, it's something, and it's going to contribute to something. My paycheck, you guys, was able to pay my utilities, was able to pay my car payment, was able to pay several different bills that I have never paid. My babe bust his butt, and he works in construction, and he's a firefighter in the fire academy right now, and he's doing the apprenticeship program. So he is like just killing himself. And because of this business, I am going to retire him. Because of this business, he's having such a hard time getting up and going to work every day, because he's like, you almost make as much money as I do, and I bust my balls every day, and you get to stay home. He's like, I don't want to get out of bed. And I'm like, maybe that's a sign that we need to do this together, because seriously, 2 is always better than 1. But I just can't stress it enough, you guys. And I just get, when I talk about my business, I just get so lit, because this has taken my life, you guys. I am not even joking. Like, this is real right now. This has taken my life to an entire different level. I have never in my life visualized my life to be this way. And so I thank God every single day for Noelle bugging me and telling me, join this business. You'd be so good at it. And so, you know what? I just do what she tells me to do. So that's the best advice I can give you. If you're not happy with your paycheck, if you're not happy with your commissions, if you're not happy with the cash that you're making, if you're selling keto coffee, which if you're not, you need to get at me and find out how to do that, because keto cash, wrap cash, collagen cash, there's so many different ways to make cash in this business, you guys, so many different ways. And so if you're not happy with your paycheck, do something about it. Reach out. Tell somebody who, if you don't have an upline, find a sideline sister, find somebody that will help you, because this business is a family, and there's somebody out there. You just got to find that person. I have sideline sisters already that I love, and I can't wait to meet at conference and lock arms with them while I'm there. But I'm just telling you, woo, I love this business, you guys. I'm telling you, like, it will change your life if you let it. Don't be scared to get uncomfortable. Don't be scared to go out of the box that you've lived in, if that's you. Like, that was me. And I'm so glad that I just finally opened up to Noelle, because I feel so much better, and I'm creating so much more, because I'm doing so much more, because I know where I'm going. So Yeah. Like, oh, I love talking about this business, guys. So sorry. I'm not sorry, actually.
You're not sorry. That's
But
good.
I can't hear you, Noelle, at all.
You can't hear me at all? Can the rest of you hear me?
Mm-mm.
You can hear me.
Let me
Okay.
see.
All right.
Maybe
I'm
it's
gonna
my.
mute you. Yvette, I'm muting you. Okay. You guys, like, hold on. Type in the chat. Type in the chat. Future ambassador, right? Like, do you guys just love her? I just love her, and I love her story. She's amazing. Okay, so on the note of if you don't have an upline, I'm going to show you guys some stuff really quick, okay? I'm going to show you my eSuite. I don't like showing people my eSuite, but I'm going to do this for you. So this is for you. I'm going to screen share for a minute. So give me just a second. Okay, so we're screen sharing. This is my eSuite. No taking any screenshots, nothing like that. We're all friendly. We all have ethics, right? Okay, so if this is for you who may or may not have an upline, quote unquote. Everybody has an upline in this business, okay? So if you are just lost, I want to show you how to find your family, okay? So you log into your eSuite, you go to reports right here. Hopefully it still has me logged in, okay? Go to reports, and then you are going to go to additional reports, and then you're going to go to Organization Explorer, okay? Now, if you scroll down, you're going to see your leadership level sponsor right here. These people are your upline. They might not be your immediate diamond upline. They're actually probably not, but there's somebody in your organization who knows who you belong to, okay? I want you to reach out. These are the people that you're coded to. So I am diamond, double, triple coded to Maria Napoli, who's a presidential diamond. I'm presidential diamond coded to Melody McFarland, who was the very first triple presidential and ambassador in It Works. She's amazing, by the way. So these are the people that I'm coded to, okay? So if you don't know where you belong, come look at this. This is where you belong, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing for just a second while I talk to you guys about something. So I want to just share with you guys, Yvette was talking about creating your own paycheck. I want to show you exactly like how many of you hold up your charts. I want to see your charts. How many of you came with your charts? I told you to come with your charts either drawn out or printed, hopefully printed. But if you do not have your charts, you can post in the chat and just say I have it. If you do not have your charts with you, there's really no reason to be here because we're going to teach you how to get to where you need to be. But we cannot teach you how to get to where you need to be if you don't follow instructions and you don't have your stuff, okay? And like Yvette said, if somebody this is my rule of thumb, if somebody who's making more money than me and is more successful than me is going to tell me to do something, I'm going to do it, no questions asked, as long as we don't have any like ethical issues, right? Because they are going to teach me how to get to where I want to be, right? So Yvette, Stephanie, and I are going to teach you. We want to teach you how to get to where you want to be, and you cannot get to your next level or any level without a roadmap, okay? So this is where I'm going to tell you guys my really honest story, and I'm going to give you, I shared this with my team earlier, and I actually wrote down some numbers, okay? So I went back to 2013 when I first started, and in 2013 I joined February 20th. So between February 20th and February 28th, I promoted to executive, okay? Now, mind you, I had never heard about the company. I'd never tried the products. How did I promote to executive in 8 days? Like I said, I knew that this profession worked, first of all, because I had been a part of a previous network marketing company and I was introduced to this profession my senior year in college, and it just made sense to me. Like I was green enough that I was able to look at that and say, oh, this is how people become rich. Like I got it. And I joined my first company and I was with that company for 3.5 years. And I did all of the things, you guys. I went to their conferences. I did the in-home parties. I did sampling. I did all of the things I was supposed to do. And in my biggest month with that company, I made $300. Okay, keep that in mind. Came into It Works. These are my numbers. I got really excited and I started sharing with everybody. I just told them. And this is the thing. If you haven't experienced this, when you tell people what they need, they will typically listen because most people don't know what they need. Most people don't even know what they want. So I got on the phone with my sister and I was like, you need to join me in this business. And she was like, no, I have way too much going on. And I was like, yes, because you're going to want to get the products for free anyway. So you might as well join the business and get paid while you share it with other people. And she was like, okay. And then I called my mom and I was like, Mom, you're broke. You need to join this business with me so we can make some extra money. And she said, okay. And then I called my aunt and I was like, Karen, you're a single mom. You need to make some extra money with me and you love health and wellness. You need to do this business with me. And she said, okay. Like literally I just called people and I was like, I was going through my hundreds list. I called people and I was like, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to try this. And I had about a dozen warm market that was actually supportive. Everybody else to this day is not supportive. Literally to this day, I can message my old friends that are no longer friends and they won't even do a host post for me, you guys. That's how unsupportive my warm market is, okay? But thankfully, cold markets are amazing. So this is where, and I was talking to my team earlier about compensation because I know a lot of you probably have some compensation questions where you're like, why was my check lower than the average or higher than the average on the income disclosure statement, right? Do you guys get that a lot where you're like, hey, I just got my prelims and my $500 Ruby check was only $300, okay? We're gonna go off of Ruby. We're gonna base a lot off of Ruby because that's like a really core rank. And I'm gonna use Ruby a lot, but this is just my numbers. So 2013, my first, I promoted to executive in 8 days. My executive volume was 970 GV and my check was $164, okay? Because all of my volume was on my first two levels, right? My loyal customers and then my first level, okay? So March, I promoted to Ruby. My volume was 4,804. Now, most of you, if you know about our charts, you're thinking, how is her volume 4,804 as a Ruby? Because our Ruby chart, it's only 2,000 to promote to Ruby. Yes, these numbers are huge. These numbers should be goals, okay? So think about what if you were a 5,000 GV Ruby? Well, that's awesome because now you're almost ready to go Emerald, right? We don't want to like skirt into ranks. We want to like blow into ranks. And when you can blow into a rank, you're going to be solid. You don't have to worry about losing that rank and your check is going to be amazing, okay? So March, I promoted to Ruby, 4,800 GV. My check was $458.55, okay? April, I did not promote to Emerald because I definitely had the volume, but I think it was probably a little bit short of my structure, but I had too many empty boxes. And we don't fill boxes like with outside orders. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. So if you've been taught that that's a thing, like we just didn't do that, okay? We filled it with customers. I didn't have the customers, okay? So I still got paid as a Ruby in April. My volume was 9,109, okay? As a Ruby, 9,100. And my check was $1,100. May, I promoted to Diamond. My volume was 20,122. My first, as a Diamond, very first Diamond, over 20,000. My check was $1,988. Double Diamond, I promoted to June. In June, I promoted to Double Diamond. The following month, my volume was 33,455, and my check was $4,851. Okay, but with Fast Start bonuses, my Double Diamond check, my very first Double Diamond check, as I remember this, was $6,500. Okay, now this is what you guys need to keep in mind. Your Fast Start bonuses are added in to your overall monthly commissions to create that average income disclosure statement, okay? So if you are a new Ruby, and we're gonna talk about charts in just a second. If you are a new Ruby and you put in 3 distributors, and all of those distributors obviously got Fast Start qualified because you just promoted to Ruby, well then you've made $300 in Fast Starts plus your commissions. So if your commissions were $250, well guess what? You just made $550. Not $250, you made $550, okay? Now, if you had somebody help you get to Ruby and you didn't enroll any of those distributors and your commission is $250, well, your Ruby commission is $250. There's no extra, okay? So that's why your average is gonna be a lot lower than the income disclosure statement versus somebody else who did all the enrolling. So name of the game. If you want to make more money, you enroll more people. You always get a 5% enroller bonus. So for instance, your loyal customers that you keep, you make 15% on those, 10%, and then an extra 5% enroller bonus. Now, if you move that customer, that enroller bonus transfers to whoever you move that customer to. Okay, so you can still, so basically, if you move a customer to somebody directly underneath you, well, now you're making 10% on that customer, but the person you move them to is making 15%. Which is why the cool thing about putting your significant other in the business is we can do what we call double dipping. And now you're making 25% off of the same customers. Okay, so that's a totally different side note. But if your goal is to make $500 a month in this business, your goal needs to be 5 new distributors each month who each get Fast Start qualified. Fast Start bonuses will make you more money than anything, okay? Other than Diamond Leadership Level bonuses, which you will learn about not on this Zoom. But I want to show you guys a chart, and I want to show you how to project volume so you can actually get to where you need to go. Now, before I do that, I just have to share this with you really, really quickly, and just to emphasize to you the importance of having a chart in front of you. I got to Presidential Diamond in 2 years because I had a chart in front of me, because there was not one day that I did not have a chart in front of me. And I remember back when I joined, and you know, throw me some love in the chat if you joined back when I did, and we had these giant, like, I don't even know, they were huge, these giant tear-off sheets. And on one side was Executive, Ruby, and Emerald. We had the charts. They sent them in your business builder kit. We had Executive, Ruby, Emerald. Okay, that's all I saw. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how we do this, okay? And so I'm like filling out my boxes and all that. And then I remember the day, you guys, I discovered there was another side. And I flipped it over, and there was a diamond chart on the other side, and it covered the entire page. And I about had a heart attack. How many of you have looked at a diamond chart and you're like, that's huge. I could never do that. Okay, I flipped it over. I was a Ruby. I was like 6 weeks in the business. I was a Ruby, and I flipped it over, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of boxes. And I started counting them, and there was 25 boxes. And I was like, how am I going to do that? I was like, I'm never going to do that. And it didn't matter. Like, my goal was not diamond money. My goal was $1,000 a month, $500 to $1,000 a month. So if I could make $500 to $1,000 a month, I was doing great. That just intimidated the heck out of me. And I was like, oh my goodness. But you know what? I didn't let it scare me. I didn't let it stop me. I literally just kept enrolling. And I kept enrolling, and I kept filling boxes, and I kept enrolling, and I kept filling boxes. We get paid to do 2 things: enroll customers, enroll distributors. If you are not doing those 2 things, you're not working. If you're not using the products, you're not even a customer, okay? So I have customers that become distributors, and they were really good customers, like they're using the products, and then they upgrade to a distributor, and they stop using the products, and they're not working. They're not enrolling anybody. And I'm like, you're not even a customer anymore. You like went backwards. Do you guys have anybody that does that? Okay, that's not what we want. We want people to be a distributor. You have to, 1, use the products. 2, you have to open your mouth about the products that you're using. 3, you have to put people into the computer. If you're not doing those 3 things on a daily basis, you're not in business, okay? But it's so simple. What we do is so simple. Like, my 8-year-old could do what I do because it's that simple, but the hard part is actually showing up every single day, okay? So what I did was, like I said, I got to Presidential Diamond because I had a chart in front of me every single day, and I knew exactly who needed to be what rank, and obviously my team just grew. I didn't have anybody. I didn't have any attrition really. You know, my sister has been with me. She was my very first distributor, and she was my triple diamond for my presidential. My friend Melissa has been with me since a month in, and she was a double diamond for my presidential. You know, so like I just had these people that just grew with me, and we all grew together. And so I just knew, I knew like who exactly needed to be at what rank in order to hit that rank. Well, I hit presidential, and then you know what happened? I got really freaking comfortable. Okay. I'm making like $28,000 as a presidential diamond. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this money. Like, right? How many of you have hit a rank and you got really comfortable and you were just like, I'm good. Like, I don't know. Like, I can pay my bills. I'm home with my kids. I accomplished my goals, right? And I got really comfortable. And I did two things. First thing I did was I looked at an ambassador chart one time. And it freaked me out. And I was like, at that point, before our charting changes, getting to ambassador was literally like building a presidential all over again. And I looked at that and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, I'm tired. Like, honestly, legit. I love what I do. And I do this day in and day out, 365 days a year. But I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to build a presidential all over again. Like it's hard. It's hard. And so I just kind of was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to build to ambassador. I'm just going to like work with my team. But you know what? I didn't have their goals. Like their goals were not as important to me as they were to them, right? So I'm helping them. I'm doing 3-way calls. I'm, helping them chart. But I was not 1,000% focused on helping people succeed. And you, if you want to be a leader in this business for yourself and then eventually for a team, you have to be 1,000% focused on helping other people succeed. So my goal now, like looking far into the future, is that when I hit ambassador this year, that guess what? Now I get to dig down into my team and I get to continue to help my team make as much money as possible, because you know what? Their families matter too. And I'm going to focus on the people that are really focused on changing their family, like Yvette and like Stephanie, right? Okay, so let's look at some things. And if you guys have any questions, please post them in the chat. Let me move this over here. We'll put this over here. Okay, so this is still my eSuite. This is a Ruby chart. Some of you may have never seen this before, and if not, I'm showing it to you now, okay? So I love rubies because rubies make diamonds, right? You need, and this should be like everybody's initial goal, okay? So if you are a distributor and you have not promoted yet, this is your first goal, okay? 3 distributors. Now, each of these distributors needs to be a qualified leg. Well, it tells you up here, it says 3 qualified legs and 2,000 total group volume, okay? And it gives you the commission breakdown right here. Well, a qualified leg is a distributor that has 400 group volume, okay? So if you have not yet promoted to Ruby, and you have people in your chart that are filling these boxes, but those people are not actually working, you erase them. They're not there, okay? And by working, I mean running an auto ship and enrolling at least 2 to 4 people a month. Okay. If you're not doing those 2 things, you're not working. Now, we do something called stacking in order to help us promote faster and more efficiently. You can ask your sponsor about that. We're not going to go over that. That's a whole different charting dynamic, but it's very, very effective. So this is your goal. And if you have not hit Ruby, this needs to be printed all around your house, just like Stephanie talked about. And you need to have your chart with you at all times. And you need to know that these 3 boxes need to be filled. Well, what's going to happen when you sponsor 3 distributors? Well, guess what? Now you're going to help them go get to be a qualified leg. Really, the easiest thing is to make sure that each of these boxes have like 600 group volume minimum, because your total group volume to promote to Ruby has to be 2,000, right? So now, if each of your distributors have 600 group volume, and then you have some customers as well, you just promoted to Ruby, right? Okay, so this is your goal. But if this is not in front of you every day, maybe you sign a customer and you're like, I guess I'm just going to keep this customer because I don't know what to do with it. Well, maybe one of your new distributors needs to be fast start qualified. Or maybe one of your distributors is close to being a 400 qualified leg this month, and you can help them by moving that customer. But you have to have your chart printed and in front of you every step of the way. And you need to have your team's charts printed and in front of you every step of the way. Now, me personally, when I have a distributor that enrolls 3 distributors, that's when I'm going to pull out a chart for that person. I'm not going to pull out a chart for that person before they've enrolled 3 distributors, because they don't deserve to have me focus on them, right? Because they haven't really done anything yet. But if I have a distributor that puts in 3 distributors into the computer, well, guess what? They're structured for Ruby. Let's help them go Ruby. Let's focus on that, okay? So I want to show you guys how you can project volume for your month. And you want to do this at the beginning of every single month, okay? So again, we're going to go into your eSuite. So we're going to go into your eSuite, and you're going to go under reports again, and I go to tree viewer. So this is how I do this. My tree viewer is like insanely large. I'm sorry. Okay. Now what you want to do is under tree viewer, you want to make sure that you click show loyal customers. Okay. I'm going to trying to think about this. Hold on. I'm going to do somebody. Sorry. I have like a bazillion customers. Okay. Let's look at, I'm trying to think somebody who would be simple. I should have thought about this before I started the Zoom. Let's look at somebody under Stephanie, different Stephanie. So this is how I would project somebody's volume. Okay. So at the beginning of the month, you want to know where your customers need to be placed so that you can promote the quickest, right? So let's say you've got your 3 boxes filled, everybody's running an auto ship, everybody's working, they're doing host to post, they're posting, they're plugging in, they're doing the best that they can, and you really want to partner with those people, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, okay, let's project the volume for Stephanie, okay? We're going to project the volume for Stephanie. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to do like something super simple, you guys. I'm going to pick this person because I know she's not working. So I'm going to click on this girl, and I'm going to say, okay, she has no orders running. She's had credit cards decline. She's still on commission hold. She signed up in October. And so she's obviously going to have no orders. However, let's look and see what her potential volume is going to be from her customers underneath her. These might all be old customers. This might be a bad example, but, let's just pretend. Let's pretend that we're in December maybe. And so I would say, okay, so we're going to add 70 because this is December. So I'm going to add 70, and then I'm going to come down to this person and I'm going to add 30. And then I'm going to come down to Kristen and I'm going to add 60. I'm just going off of December's volumes. And then I'm going to come down to Kim and I'm going to add 25. And then I'm going to come down to Shayna and I'm going to add 30, okay? And I'm going to add up all of those loyal customer volumes, and that's going to be my projected volume for this girl for the month, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? So then what you can do is, let's say she was one of Stephanie's only legs, and Stephanie's trying to go Ruby or executive. I'm going to say, okay, she's projected at 170 GV. That tells me that we need to sign 230 more BV and customers in order, and move them to her because she's not working, in order to get her to 400. Now, that being said, I don't like working with people that aren't working, right? Really only do that in promotion, like major promotion push times. But in general, we work with people that are working, okay? So we'll go to Tracy. No, we'll go to Jennifer, and we could do that again. Okay. So Jennifer, again, okay. No auto ships. She was not commission qualified last month. She's not commission qualified this month, but we can come and we can say, okay, let's add up these customers. We're going to do February. So we're going to say 30, and then we're going to click on Sherry, and we're going to say another 30. That's 60. We're going to look at her, and we're going to say, so we're literally going to go down the line, and you're going to look and see who's ordering. So like this month, she's got, what month are we in? April, 4. So we've got 30. So 30, okay, so does that make sense? So that's how you guys can project volume. And I want to get your questions answered. So if you guys have questions, like ask me, because I want to be able to answer them for you specifically. But it's so important to have your chart in front of you every day, but it's also important to be able to project volume for not only yourself, but for your team throughout the month, so that, and this is, I literally take my charts with me when I leave the house. So if I have somebody that messages me and they're like, hey, Noelle, I just signed a 70 BV customer, what's going to be the best place to move that? I'm going to look at their chart, and and we always chart in pencil, you guys, because charts are living, they're breathing, they're changing, they're growing. You never know who's going to come in and who's going to leave. So I always chart in pencil, and I can look at their chart and I can say, okay, this person is projected to have, 350 BV this month. This person is projected to have 125. It would make sense. Let's finish off this leg, and then let's focus on this person. And like that way we know where to move those customers to. Obviously, we're going to move customers for fast starts first, because fast starts will pay you the most money. Then we're going to move customers for promotions. Okay. Before we answer questions, I want to make sure that Yvette or Stephanie, do you guys have anything you want to add? Stephanie, I can see you. Yvette, I can't see you. Stephanie, do you want to add anything? Hold on, let me unmute you. Can I? There we go.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. I absolutely love, ow, I smacked my leg. All those tips. I've actually never projected my volume for a promotion. Like, I didn't know that was really like a thing. Like, that's freaking crazy. But I feel like getting your chart out is super, super important, you guys. But making sure you have, a second pair of eyes on there is just so important, you guys. Whenever I was first charting for Diamond, I didn't even I had my eyes on the prize, I thought, and I sent it to my upline, and I was completely missing 2 people. I don't know how I did it, but I was missing 2 people on my chart, and I wouldn't have gone Diamond if I wouldn't have sent that to that person. So I just wanted to share, it's so important, even if you feel like you've got it, you're like, oh, I know how to do this, getting someone else to just take a look at that, you never know what you could be missing. And that could be a total game changer for you guys, and it can make you lose out on your promotion. So that's all I wanted to share.
Yeah, that's a really, really good tip. Okay, Yvette, let me unmute you really quick, babe. In case you have screaming children, unless she's not here. Yvette, are you here? Let me see. I don't think she's here. I think she left. Okay, so questions. Let me go through your questions really quick. Okay. I'm glad that was, hopefully that was a good tip for you guys for projecting volume. And the reason that I like that is because it gives you an idea of what your potential volume per person is going to be. That's if their auto ship doesn't change and their credit card doesn't decline. Okay, so that's where we're starting. And then you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your credit card declines and auto ship changes and different things like that. And again, kind of takes you back to customer service, where you're going to make sure that those customers are getting what they want and getting results. Now, I know that a lot of you might be afraid to contact your customers because you're like, oh shoot, I haven't messaged them in 3 months. And they've been getting wraps every month for 3 months. And they probably are irritated about the fact that they have not, you haven't helped them change their auto ship. You need to do the customer service, and you need to call them, and you need to be really honest with them. And maybe you need to apologize and just be like, I'm sorry that I have not given you the best customer service, but I want to change that. I really want to help you get results. What else can we try? Oh, and by the way, you have perks points to redeem. Messaging a customer because they have perks points is always a really, really good reason to follow back up with them. But also just follow up with your customers. You signed them up and they chose to work with you for a reason. Take care of them, okay? And they will be a really, really good long-term customer. How do you stay organized and manage your time? Oh my gosh. If you guys knew me, I'm not organized at all. I'm a hot freaking mess. But I think that you can't really managing your time is, it's just something that you do or you don't do. It's one of those things where you can either make excuses or you cannot. I am always multitasking. I think that multitasking is the name of the game. I am listening to the Show Me the Money call in the shower. I am listening to my Audible book while I'm doing the dishes. I am, FaceTiming one of my leaders while I'm doing my makeup. I am talking to a potential on my Bluetooth, and I'm making dinner. I'm always multitasking. There's never any downtime. And I'm very, very intentional with my time. And because my team is so large and I have a ton of people that are always blowing me up, I have to take time for myself, my own business. And when I sit down to work my business for an hour or 30 minutes, whatever that segment is that I have, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and I don't respond to anybody. That's my time. That's my time for my business, because if all of my time is spent helping everybody else with their conversations and their potentials, then I have no time to work my own business. So, hey, leaders on here, don't let your team steal your time. You still have to take time for your own business. But I do spend a lot of my time helping my team with 3-way calls, 3-way messages, different things like that to help them grow their checks. But your time has to be segmented. I also have times when I turn my phone off and I'm just with my family. You know, I try to make my 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. my just kids time. But like I said, sometimes I'm doing a 3-way call while I'm making dinner, things like that. And that is a normal time in my house. And I typically, you know, try to, hey kids, go outside for 15 minutes. And that's when I'm going to take my call. But you have to be so intentional with your time. It's literally about being intentional, sending a message when you go pee, following up with a host to post when you're at a stoplight. If you're not using those moments, you're wasting your time in your day. Okay. I'm pushing for diamond and I know I'm so close. How do you have the people who are working run with you so they promote too? So this is the thing about when you're going for a promotion, and in general, this is never about you. It's always about your team. Like everybody is in this for themselves at the end of the day. No matter how yellow you are, everybody's here to make money for their own family, right? So how do you think this would go over if I were to message my own team and be like, hey, you need to run an auto ship and you need to get to work because I need to promote to ambassador? Like, how do you guys think that my team would take that? Probably not very well, right? But if I'm able to reach down into my team and say, hey girl, guess what? You have the ability to promote to executive this month. This is all you need to make happen. Like, they're going to be pretty excited about that, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to start at the very bottom of your chart, and you're going to talk to your 400 boxes. And you're going to say, you know, hey, are you ready to work on being a qualified leg this month? And because you're going to get a 400 club bracelet and your check is going to grow, right? And then you talk to your executives. Hey, are you ready to go executive this month? This is what we're going to do. And you game plan with that person. You talk to your Ruby. Hey, are you ready to go Ruby this month? This is what we're going to do. And you're going to game plan with that person. And you're going to go all the way up the line. And you're going to start at the bottom. And you're going to get everybody on board to pour into their own business, set goals, follow up with them, hold them accountable. And if they check out, they check out, but that's the most you can do. Stephanie.
I didn't mean to raise my hand.
Oh, are you sure? You good?
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I was trying to figure something out, but I agree with you on that. You know, you're the captain of your own ship, and you get to decide if you're going to sink or if you're going to sail. And when you reach out to those people, even like if you are a brand new distributor in the business and maybe you have like a distributor or two that signed up with you, like you can be your own team leader. Like a diamond, double diamond, like that doesn't define you as a leader. I was out there leading my team and I didn't know what I was doing. But the reason why I was leading my team is because I was learning, and I knew if I needed to learn this information, then they did too. And when you kind of take hold and take charge of your own ship and you start teaching your team and pouring into them and making their goals your goal, that's when you're going to grow. But you're also going to help your team grow, and you're going to start getting that layered leadership in your business, and it's going to start to boom. And kind of like what Noelle was saying, you know, running your auto shipment and reaching out to your people, getting that game plan. You guys, running your auto shipment and using those products is what's going to help you promote. It is seriously going to be a game changer. Anytime I've ever had a big boom in promotions or a huge pay raise, it's the month that I got my own personal corporate approved results. I put them out there for people. Like today, I just shared a before and after picture, and I'm signing up 2 customers for the triple threat with that because I'm showing people me. You know, whenever you're taking, like I said, the captain of your ship, you got to take charge and you just got to do it. You got to reach out to everyone and inspire them and push them and keep them going. So, sorry, I didn't mean to raise my hand, but there you go.
That was good. No, that was really good. Yes, Stacy. So in your planner, it says executive, and you can absolutely start with executive. It's 2 distributors, and each person needs 400 GV. Okay. So that's a combination of their personal orders and their customers and any distributors and customers underneath them. So executive is your very first rank. Customer service part of this business, checking in with them, giving them perks points each month. Yeah. So Stephanie, that's a really good point to make. And thanks for letting me show people a little bit of your downline, by the way. If you missed that, I don't know if you were on here the whole time. Yeah, customer service, you guys, super important. When I send up a customer, I'm going to send them a handwritten letter. I'm going to thank them. I'm going to I'm going to immediately follow up with them. I'm going to give them their login information. I'm going to tell them how they can access their account. Now, most of them don't access their account, but I'm still going to give them the information. I'm going to add them to my customer support page. I'm going to offer them recipes. I'm going to offer them tips and tricks on things they can change throughout their day to get the best possible results. We're going to talk about drinking water. We're going to talk about cutting out the junk. We're going to talk about, doing lower carb. And so many people don't even know what they're putting in their body. So when I'm talking to a customer, I get on the phone with my customers and I sign them up for no less than 100 BV. Okay, that's just what I do. My customers average 100 to 250 BV per person because we talk about what they need. And again, when you tell people what they need, they will get it. They listen. And so that being said, I talk to them. One of the first things I ask them is I say, well, tell me what your diet looks like. What did you eat yesterday? Okay. And I have them lay it out for me. And 9 times out of 10, they say, well, I try to eat healthy. And then they lay out for me what they ate. And it involves pasta and potatoes and pizza and ice cream and donuts and cereal and bagels and all of these things. And I'm like, where in there is that trying to eat healthy? But literally people have the intention of trying to eat healthy, but they actually don't. And so when you can actually speak to them about what they need and what they need to change and say, listen, I really want to work with you and these products will work if you're willing to make some lifestyle changes. Are you ready to do that? Right? Because we're not selling magic. We got the closest thing to it, but we're not selling magic. Okay. So you have to be 100% honest and open with your customers and just tell them these products work if you're willing to make them work. Okay. So yeah. What do you say to loyal customers you reached out to and hasn't replied? I mean, all you can do is follow up. It's not your job to make sure somebody replies. Same with a potential distributor, potential customer. All you can do is follow up and always let them know when we have promotions. That's it. The Connect app is amazing. Yes, I'm a very busy mom. Is there a way to get your Connect? Yep. Facebook contacts into the Connect. Yep. You can absolutely do that. There's YouTube videos on that. How do you handle declines? You message everybody. And you just message everybody and you let them know, like, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but your credit card declined this month. A lot of times that's because your card expired. Can I get a new card, put on your account? Oh, and by the way, when we get that taken care of, you have 35 Perks points to redeem. What would you like for your free product credit? But message them. Don't be afraid to message them and just let them know, hey, we had a decline on your account. Can I get an updated card put in for you? And would you like to change what you're getting? How are you liking? What kind of results are you getting? Which again goes with if you're following up with your customers on a weekly basis or on a, at least twice a month basis, you're going to be knowing what's going on with them. Okay. Awesome. So we are over an hour. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys got some nuggets. I will put this replay out and so you can share it with your teams. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. And you guys, laser focused on your charts. Do not leave home without them. Update them daily. Make sure that you know exactly where your team is going. And every single person on your team, when you sign a new distributor, their first goal is Ruby. Get them a Ruby chart and say, listen, this is our first goal. Let's go. Okay. And you just take it step by step. Your distributors will flounder if they don't have any direction. But if you give them a vision, they will run after it. So don't be afraid to plant that vision into every single person that you sign. Okay. Because they're never going to hate you for dreaming big for them. They might quit on you, but if they were going to quit on you anyway, right? They're not going to quit on you because you wanted something better for them and you encouraged them to run after it. So don't be afraid to put that vision out for them. And I hope you guys rock the rest of April. Bye, guys.